I really want to help women in this space because
Mhm.
it's such a challenging road um, in a lot of industries, but particularly in this one. What would you say to new female attorneys out there, or any female attorney out there? What few little tidbits could you share to help them?
Well, I think we're all familiar with, we've all experienced some misogyny. I would say you're going to experience some of that, especially because when people feel defensive about what they're doing or who they're representing, they tend to not have professional boundaries that we expect. So you're going to be offended if you don't say, if you don't look at everything more pragmatically. So I would say develop a thick skin and look at everything with pragmatism and skepticism. Just don't take anything personally.
That advice, when I was going through the police academy in Texas, the one thing that they really hammer down on is that we, police officers, we are not allowed to be offended. And I thought, well, that's interesting.
I like that.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I always took that to heart. And I carried myself throughout my law enforcement career that I wasn't allowed to be offended. And it really works. You know,
Right.
when people try to offend me, I'm like, and my brain kept saying, you're not to be offended. Like, this is not offensive to you.
Right.
I see some women when they get challenged by men where it's obvious what's going on, right? And I see some
Mhm.
women kind of get a little anxious or get riled up or get angry. I've heard a friend say this, the way to defeat your enemy is to take away their battle. So I feel like the best way to react is to not react and to just kind of be stone cold. And I have found that that really freaks people out, when they're expecting this
Totally.
reaction because they did it to get a reaction and they didn't get their reaction. Silence is such a great killer, to these people. So,
Right.
yeah. Yeah.
Right. And I would piggyback on that. You're not allowed to get offended because look at it as it's a conflict of interest between you and your client.
That's a good point. Yeah.
If you get offended or scared or intimidated or you're inclined to cave or make a negotiation because you're just worn down, that's a conflict of interest.
Keeping your client's interest in mind, letting that be your motivating factor. Yeah, I love that.